Once upon a time there were two kingdoms ruled by wise and just kings. The West Kingdom and the East Kingdom were peaceful and prosperous. Princess Katrina of the West Kingdom and Princess Serenity of the East Kingdom were best friends and were both tutored by the great wizard Burin in all things. Burin cared for his charges and taught them simple spells to protect them from harm, for the dark magician desired to overthrow the kingdoms and rule with an iron fist. To Princess Katrina he taught the skills of weaving and dance, for her small lithe body was made for it. Princess Katrina had a marvelous gift: she could talk to the animals. The courtyard was a haven for orphaned cubs and kittens of all forest animals. Princess Katrina cared for them and would not eat any meat because of her love for her animal friends. To Princess Serenity, he taught how to play the piano and harp, for she was a musician at heart. Her room was a haven away from court, for she was a truly gentle soul that found joy in music and dance. The courtyard was filled with trees and songbirds that sang as she danced. She would not eat meat to honor her best friend. To both he taught the skills of intrigue and court, for even in fairy tales, that is how things work. The two princesses learned many things from the wizard and both began to learn his craft as well. They learned simple parlor tricks to delight their fathers and learned to defend themselves from those that would harm them. When both began puberty was when the dark magician's spell began, for he needed innocent blood to help him win. For they were of wizard blood of old. Burin had placed each child with royal families that were cursed to be barren so as to cause strife when the crown was to be passed. One day, an old hag approached Princess Katrina as she danced within her courtyard. Princess Katrina saw her and asked, "Pray tell me, O visitor, how may I help you today? I am an old woman and but need to sit and rest. Please, though, princess, dance and sing to ease my burdens for a while. Then if you wish me to sing and dance for you, sing and dance I shall." Then as she sang and danced, she was transformed into a doll. "What bewitchment is this? Oh princess, you are mine now, you shall be a princess doll until I release you." With that, Princess Katrina became a doll that the old hag picked up and in a puff of smoke vanished, leaving behind a letter on the bench. The king entered the courtyard looking for his daughter. "Katrina, where are you?" Seeing the note, he bent over to retrieve it. When he read the note, he cried out, "What bewitchment is it that has my daughter? I must see the good wizard." With that said, he sent a carrier pigeon to summon the wizard Burin from his castle. Meanwhile, an old hag appeared in the courtyard of Princess Serenity where she was playing the harp. Seeing the old hag, she stopped playing and asked, "Greetings to you, my guest. How may I serve your needs?" "Ah, dear, sweet child, please continue playing yon harp. I have not heard such beauty in my entire life. Your wish is my command, kind lady." As she began to play, she merged with the harp until she was a part of it. Her body formed the frame, her hair and gown flowed away from her body to form the harp as the strings played her distress. "Oh my pretty princess, now you shall play for me or lose your innocence." With a cackle of evil glee she shrank the harp until it fit into her palm. Then she vanished again, leaving behind another note for her father to find. Then her father came into the courtyard to find out why she no longer played her harp. "Serenity, where are you, my child?" Then, seeing the note, he read it and started crying aloud, "Who has taken away my daughter? I must call upon the good wizard." Then he ran to the tower that held the pigeons and sent a note to call the wizard Burin to his court. In his castle, Burin was relaxing when both pigeons arrived. "What is this? What would cause the two kings to summon me?" Reading the notes, he hastily requested both to come to his castle and all would be explained. After the pigeons left, Burin began to assemble his arsenal of magic to combat the old hag. He assembled his wand and staff along with special potions about his person and then readied his castle for his guests. As both of the kings approached, Burin called out to them as he was walking down the road. "O great and wise kings, I know of the plight of your daughters. They are under a bewitchment made by the old hag, who is my ancient enemy, the dark magician. I go now to free them from their spells. King Leopold, father of Katrina, your daughter is spelled into a scullery maid. I must free her from the spell or she will never return to you. King Heart, father of Serenity, your daughter is spelled into a magical harp. I must free her or she will stay that way forever." "Can you indeed free our daughter's good wizard?" the kings asked in unison. "Yes, I can, for I know his secrets and shall bring them both home. They are as dear as daughters to me. Please stay in my castle as my guests until I return." Then as the kings entered Burin's castle and were treated with dignity and honor, Burin spelled himself into Princess Katrina's enchantment. She was the beautiful daughter of a kind father that had died, leaving her to be raised by her Aunt Sophie, who had 2 daughters. Katrina was made to wear a servant's black dress. To humiliate her, the hem was at mid-thigh, forcing her to wear black tights under her bloomers. Aunt Sophie entertained many young nobles in order to find a husband for her daughters. Her daughters Molly and Dolly were twins and had lost their maidenhood early on and often were wooed at night by their suitors. But poor Katrina was hard-pressed to stay a maiden as the nobles tried to woo her as well. When an announcement arrived announcing Prince Charming's birthday ball, the twins both forced Katrina to make them evening gowns and her Aunt Sophie demanded one as well so that she could see her daughters woo the prince. When Katrina was alone, Ben appeared before her as she was standing outside, wishing for a way out of her plight, for she knew the fairy tale that she was in and dreaded the fulfillment of it. "Wizard, are you here to help me out of this tale, or am I to become the unwilling chattel in this story?" "Ah, my princess, only if you wish to live this life instead of your own will I leave you here. I detest this life and people. My father taught me to respect others, but if I had a wish, I would wish that Aunt Sophie and the twins pay for their treatment of me." "Then allow me to correct your clothing, princess. Please go to your room and don the gown laid upon your bed." Going to her room, Katrina found that the gowns which she had made were all there, but her other clothing was gone. "Wizard, I made these gowns and I know that they will not fit me." "My princess, they will now." Coming out in a beautiful gown, the wizard returned to his castle, her and her gowns, where her father awaited her return. "My princess, you are returned. Now my heart is at ease," he said as he hugged her. "Yes, Daddy, but my friend Serenity has yet to return. Until she does, my heart is broken." "How do you know this, my daughter?" "The old crone told me." "Be at peace, everybody. I will go and get Serenity from the story that she is trapped in." With that, Burin vanished into the realms of magic. Burin appeared beside the frozen form of Princess Serenity and freed her from the harp. "Wizard, I thank you for freeing me. The giant was always using me to state his need for food. He has used me to raid the farms under his cloud. Worry not, my princess, soon Jack shall deal with the giant and end his reign of terror." "Good, but I still want to make that old crone pay for her evil." "Your wish will soon be granted as soon as I return you to your father." Then he sent them both back to his castle. "My daughter, you are safe. Burin has kept his word to us." Then he hugged his daughter. "Yes, Daddy, I am safe now, but what of Katrina? Where is she?" "Right here, my friend." Then the 2 princesses danced until Burin fell over in pain and the dark magician stood over him, laughing evilly. "Dark magician, you have caused great harm to the 2 kingdoms. For your crimes, you are banished from the earth for all time," said Princess Katrina. Foolish girl, you cannot banish me, he sneered. No, but together, we can, said Princess Serenity. Then raising their hands in unison, they sent him into the outer darkness forever. Then, as they wept over their beloved teacher, he awakened. Wizard, what just happened here? Princess Katrina, both of you have wizard's blood flowing in your veins. That is why I taught you, so that you could harness your gifts. Are you our father then? No, Princess Serenity, I am but a simple wizard that has taught 2 wonderful students. But what of our kingdoms? We love each other and do not want to marry a prince. Sorry, Daddy, but I want to wed Princess Serenity. That is simple, my daughter. You 2 can adopt just as we 2 kings did, and you have always made me proud to have been your father. And I love you, my daughter. Marry Princess Katrina and be happy. Thank you, Daddy. Then the 2 kingdoms were joined into one, and the 2 princesses adopted children who received their gifts of wizard's blood thanks to Burin, who became the trusted advisor and with their fathers, helped them to rule wisely.